I can't believe I'm going to say this, but for the first time ever, I'm actually going to agree with Sam. Don't hate me. Stranded on Honeymoon Island, Australia, episode 10, Friends and Family Week. And normally I hate Friends and Family Week, but I thought this one was actually quite good. But let's get straight into it. Chad is a fucking man-child. His mum came for a visit and he was quite surprised because him and his mum take care of his disabled sister, and George's dad came to visit. Now when I seen the trailer for this, I seen George's dad saying to him, "Oh, why have you not been married?" And I was like, oh, here we fucking go, man. Parents going on about getting married and having babies and all this shit, right? Not everybody believes in getting married. But then when I actually watched it, and he was saying to him, like, are you here to just mess her about? Like, do you want a serious relationship or whatever? Then when the friends and family left, she says to him, like, what's going to happen is, like, you hop about from relationship to relationship. Is that going to happen with us because that's a pattern? He took that very offensively. And then he says to her, oh, well, you're a serial monogamist. As if that's a bad thing. Oh, sorry, I stay in long-term relationships and I don't just hop about from woman to woman. Excuse me? So he says to the camera, anytime I get into a serious relationship with somebody, I start to think it's going to take time away from my sister and my mum. Well, if that's the case, why the fuck is he on the show? When you're in a relationship with somebody, she already knows his situation. And okay, it's hard because you live in Australia and it's fucking gigantic, but you would talk about things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he's just fucking went on the show and wasted every cunt's time. Now, he's clearly an avoidant. He's went on there, he's love-bombed her, and he's made her really like him, basically fall in love with him. And now that she's shown that she's interested, he's like, oh no, and he's batting off, and then he's going to leave her. Fucking typical. Some people call them avoidance, I call them shitebags. Then we have Emmanuel and Danny. She was visited by a friend, I think, and she was saying, oh, like, I really like Emmanuel, but he's not somebody I would go for on the outside because he's too good looking. Fucking hell, man, she's got no confidence whatsoever. If the guy's sitting there saying that she's beautiful and he really likes her, fucking listen to him. The people in the comments of the thing that I watched this on keep saying he's on it to promote his band. I genuinely don't think he is. I think he's a really nice guy and he's in touch with his feelings. And when Sam was trying to rile him up the other day, he was totally fucking calm and level-headed. What the fuck's her problem? Emmanuel is my favourite guy on the show. I did like Chad, but if he's going to act like a child, he can get to fuck. For the life of me, I could not find a picture of Amy and Hayden. This is obviously Amy and Mike. But they didn't get any friends and family visits because Hayden's literally been on the island for like 2 days. So in this episode, we find out that Hayden and Amy have took the relationship to the next level. Things have been moving fast. Like literally as soon as they got on the island, they were kissing. Like everything was going like super fast speed. And Amy is obviously very excited about this whole situation. I love Amy. I love that she's outspoken. I love that she's honest. I love that she's loud. I love everything about her. But in this episode even I thought, right, she's needing to like calm the fuck down. Now, as somebody who has met people in the past and literally fell in love at first sight, I know what it's like to just be like amazed by somebody and be like, oh my god, this person is the one, right? But even then, I didn't think, oh, let's move in together and like let's do all this stuff like immediately. Do you know what I mean? And that I can understand why Hayden was a bit like, fuck, what's going on here? So the idea of these dating shows is all fine and well. You put people together, they fall in love, they're going to be together forever, get married, have babies, fine. But the problem is they come from different parts of the country. Now it's bad enough on Love Island and they live in the UK, travelling all the time, being away from each other and all that. But Australia is fucking gigantic. Right? So it's not a case of just jump in the car and drive a couple of hours, stay for a couple of days and go home. Like, it's massive. I mean, Australia has got 3 time zones. You can drive from one side of the UK to the other in roughly 16 hours, and it would take you over 48 hours to get from one side of Australia to the next. So it's not a joke. So obviously if you really like somebody and they come from a different part of the country, it's not just a case of, oh, I'll come and see it the weekend. It's literally like somebody's going to have to move here. I do like the fact that Amy is confident and honest, but I think in that moment, maybe she should have dialed it back slightly. Byron and Bree, well. They've been having a nice time. They've taken their relationship to the next level. And then they get the visit for the friends and family. Now, I can't remember who Byron's visitor was, but I remember them saying, how you feeling about Bree, like what's going on? And he's basically like, not sure I'm into it on the outside, like things are good here, but she's too confrontational, there's a lot of problems, I'm not really into it. So Bree's like, yay, my brother's here, he knows everything about me, woo, right? And she says to her brother, oh, I don't think he likes me, whatever, and her brother reassures her, even though he's not been there, he's not spoke to him privately, whatever, he doesn't know him, right? And he's like, no, he really likes you. So now she is reassured over something that doesn't actually exist. And she's talking to Byron and she's saying, oh, like, I'm really glad that I spoke to my brother and he reassured me I was just being paranoid or whatever. And Byron's sitting there like, oh, fuck. I'm fucked now. And then we have Sam and Jess. Oh, my favourite couple. You know how I love to talk about these two. My reaction to this whole situation was very surprising to me, I must admit. Jessie's friend showed up. And everybody needs a friend like that. I can't remember his name. But he sat her down and he says, I don't think that Sam's the one for you. You're being very quiet, like you're normally quite loud, and I feel as if you've lost yourself a bit. Now, the way he spoke to her in a very calm and gentle way was really lovely. That isn't my approach. My approach is, open your fucking eyes. Why are you acting like a fucking weak ass bitch? This guy's clearly got some sort of weird fucking hold over you. Like, wake up. Right? And it can be nasty at times. But I'm just trying to help. But he's saying to Jess, like, you've shrunk, you know? You're not your usual self. And this is opening her eyes. And she's like, wait a minute. This is what the girls have been saying to me. And he's not even been here. And he's recognising this pattern. And I've shrunk myself down for a man before. It's obviously happening again. Her friend is obviously about the gentle parenting life, right? He got the message through and he didn't even have to be aggressive about it. So, you know, maybe that is a good technique. So when Sam was speaking to his mum, at first I was kind of like, whatever, like, fuck off, right? You weren't even there. But then when she says to Sam, I don't think that Jess is for you, she seems really quiet, blah, blah, blah. What she was saying was right. Jess was sitting there really quiet. And if that was my son's partner, I'd be like, why is she so meek? You know? She doesn't stand out. Like, she doesn't seem to have any confidence. And his mum was only speaking on what she was witnessing. And I would be the same. I'd be like, I don't understand why this woman's just sitting there like a fucking wee timid mouse. As somebody who speaks their mind, I really like other people who speak their mind. Now, obviously, if we don't have the same opinions, shit, man, it's going to get crazy. But I admire that people will stand up for what they believe in. There's only a few subjects that I refuse to get into conversations with people because I'm like, I am right, and there's no discussion. But when Sam and Jess were having a conversation later, Sam said, I don't understand why I'm getting the blame for her shrinking herself down for a man. She's told me that she's did this with other men before and now I'm getting the blame for it. I did agree with him. I did. Like, if he had been with a stronger woman and she just turned around and says, look, you speak over me, you're a bit of a dick, maybe he would have changed his ways. But she didn't do that, she just let him carry on. And obviously when you let somebody rip the piss, they're going to continue to do it. So my favourite friends and family member was actually her friend. And I'm glad it was Friends and Family Week because maybe she's opened her eyes a wee bit. But let me know what you thought of the episode and I'll see you again next time. Bye!